Hey, what's up, guys? So, what I want to talk about right now is the advancement in technology and if that is good for society. Obviously, technological advancement is great for society, given that human beings figure out a way to use technology the right way for their own benefit and for the benefit of their community and society. Um, Problem starts when people start abusing technology and use it in wrong ways. Um, Whenever for example, pornography and stuff like that is bad for you, and you should never watch that stuff. And technology, there's both good and bad to the internet because just like in everything in life, there's a good and bad to every everything, every issue, every topic. So, in regards to technology, technology can actually be used to free human beings if people do decide to use it for those reasons. Um, Now, as you can see, soon I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any necessity of any cash anymore because human beings are now moving on to electronic currency. I mean, now almost everything is electronic. People. I mean, I don't carry any cash myself. I use like a debit card. So people no longer use cash anymore, and they just carry like bank card. A lot of people, if you ask them like, "Oh, do you have like $1 I can borrow?" They will tell you. I usually don't do that, but people sometimes do ask other people if they have like $1 or two. Whenever I walk in the street, sometimes people would ask me, and most of the time my reply and the reply of other people would be, I don't carry any cash. Well, society is moving into a cashless economy, cashless society, where there won't be any more cash necessary. um, well, technology has made things very convenient for people. This is not bad in of itself. This is pretty good, that society is moving to a cashless society. It's not bad anymore, given that we use this the right way. We use technology the right way. Also, the internet. I mean, you have the global market. I mean, Amazon. Amazon might become $1 trillion company with Jeff Bezos. So you have the whole world market on the internet, shopping online, buying stuff online. There's a lot of a lot of business that happens online transactions. Um, and so the whole economy is now global, and the internet has connected the world and unified the world in many ways. Globalization has its own pros and cons, has its own it has good and the bad, you know what I mean. um, Nothing is perfect in this life, and no one is perfect. So as they say, where there's light, there will always be a certain degree of shadow, um, kind of like the yin and yang. Um, there is truth in that. Mikhail Bulgakov was one of the greatest writers in Russia, and I remember he wrote in this novel called I believe the Master and it was the Master and the Margarita, and he wrote. There's this passage in there. I believe it's in that book. It says, everywhere where there's light shining on an object or a person, there will always be a shadow that will be cast. And that is metaphorical. It's referring to the fact that where there's light, there might be a certain degree of darkness around light. There was this argument. He was telling God, how can you have light without a shadow? He was telling God, where there's light, there will always be a shadow, at least in this plane of this in this universe, in the not the spiritual realm. I mean, he was obviously referring to the universe, and that's a very interesting philosophical question. Very interesting things in that novel. You guys should read it. It's called The Master and the Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. He was one of the greatest writers in Russia. Um, yeah. Hmm. Okay.